Good day, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Wow, this is kind of a surprise.
Surprise.
Good surprise. The thought that comes to my mind is, I've had difficulty with excitement. Sometimes I feel...
Well, how exciting.
Yes, because I want to use it to know when...
You do remember that when we talk about excitement, we don't mean you need to be jumping up and down with your hair on fire.
Yes, I do. I understand.
Excitement can be a sense of balanced peace as well.
Well, I'm going to use the example of a property that I'm looking to rent.
Oh, all right.
I felt... I have been trying for about a month to find a new place to live, and I found a place that's many parts of it are beautiful and work for me, but then
Yes.
it was so easy. All of a sudden, I just felt this big letdown, and I'm not sure.
It was a letdown to have attracted what you preferred?
Well, it's not perfect, but it could be.
Is it the best that you can find at the moment?
Yes.
Well,
So I'm confused why I'm not feeling excited about it.
because you are expecting it to be perfect, when in fact it may be the perfect interim stage you need.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
And again, if something else needs to happen, moving forward to the best of your ability on what you have discovered, if nothing else appears obvious, will actually accelerate your ability to attract something else that may actually be more representative. Not that it has to happen that way, because maybe you need to be in this particular place and process what you need to process for now. But all we're saying is, by moving forward with what you can do, what you can act on, that at least is as representative as it can be of your highest excitement, by acting on it, you will then set things in motion to bring you whatever else could be coming to you that might be more representative.
Okay.
Because it's all connected. Remember, we said that one of the tools is that it's connected to all other expressions of your excitement. But you need to go through the process that you're presented with if that's the only thing that is obvious
Okay.
as an expression of your excitement.
Okay. So I have a tendency to...
You have a what?
choice.
Thank you.
I choose
Thank you.
to stay trying to make something happen when it's not happening easily.
And so you're not tired enough of doing that yet?
I am tired.
Well, then why do you do it?
I'm not sure.
Sure you are.
There must be some belief
Yes, of course.
that maybe...
You think that you can
Can't find
hammer something into shape instead of just allowing it to come in the form that it needs to? This is
That
what you are
sounds
to some degree
probable.
experiencing with the property rental. The idea is you think you need to push and make something into the perfect shape that may not actually be needed in that way, that it may actually be what it needs to be in the shape that it is. And then you can move on to something else that is the more reflective shape rather than attempting to convert something into a shape it was never designed to be. Because you're not using it for what it is, thinking that you have to make it something that it's not.
Okay.
You follow me?
Okay. But there's some level of improvements that I want to make, like to the property.
I'm not saying you can't.
Okay.
And therefore that may also be part and parcel of you really designing what it is that's more representative without, again, falling into the idea that your vision has to be exactly the way it must appear in order to be ideal. Because your physical mind has no idea what the ideal outcome actually needs to be.
Okay.
If you insist on a particular vision being the ideal outcome, that may actually be limiting you from an outcome that could be many times greater than you imagined.
Okay.
When you understand that your particular vision is just a symbol that represents the energy state of an ideal outcome, but not necessarily the image of the ideal outcome, because it's the best that the physical mind can come up with, then you will understand to let it go when you're in the proper state that can attract the ideal outcome, because you will begin to truly understand that the vision you have may actually be limiting what could come to you, instead of holding it as the ideal outcome, which it may not be.
Okay.
So once you understand that it might be actually acting as a limitation, you'll start dropping it. You won't need it to be a certain way anymore.
So the ideal outcome is a limitation on...
What you think is the ideal outcome is often a limitation.
So what I visualize for could be limiting...
Yes.
Okay.
It's just a symbol to get you into the proper state to attract the ideal outcome. Because you get excited about the vision. But when you get attached to the vision, you're actually attaching to a limitation. Because you don't know that your physical mind was actually capable of imagining what is truly the ideal outcome. But the higher mind can. Because it can see farther than you. It can see bigger than you. And it can give you something much grander than your physical mind was capable of imagining. Because the physical mind only has so many props that it can work with in physical reality.
So is another way to look at things... Because sometimes I'm constantly going, am I excited about this? Am I excited about this? And then all of a sudden I'm not excited. But
because you spend too much time wondering if you're excited about it instead of just acting on the excitement that's there.
I've made a lot of mistakes and I'm afraid.
That's great. That's great. You've already heard us talk about the idea of how to use the concept and redefine the concept of mistakes.
Yes.
You can learn from anything. So what? If it's always something you can learn something positive from, who cares how many you make? As long as you learn.
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
Are you saying you have no capacity to learn?
No.
Then why would you be afraid of making what is a so-called mistake, which is just discovering something that you don't prefer, which helps you define more clearly what you do prefer?
Well, I think maybe I need to do more course corrections quicker because I stay trying to make the mistake work.
Yes. Just course correct.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, it does. I have another question relating to medical, but I'm not asking for a medical reading.
That's good because we won't give you one.
Yes, I know. So I have this condition where I get like a restriction or a cramping, and I can take supplements to make that go away. And if I continually take the supplements all the time, then
do me a favor.
What?
Tighten your fists right now. Mm-hmm. Tighten them as tight as you possibly can. Keep tightening them.
Okay.
More.
Okay.
Keep tightening them. Tighten more. Come on, you can do it.
Hurts.
Tighten them more. Does it?
Yes.
You want to let go?
Okay.
Let go.
So that's...
Yes.
Okay.
That's the energy equivalent of what you're doing.
Okay. So figuring out what the triggers are and letting those go, that's the...
Yes.
Healing process. Okay, great. I have one last question about this idea of batteries. Recently came to me the flow battery, and people are experimenting with those batteries.
Yes.
And
is that something that excites you?
Yes, it does.
Are you going to experiment with it?
I kind of feel like a little out of my league with...
Can you learn?
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you.